Okay, now we're going to move on to biceps. So we've kind of covered the deltoid area. Let's move on to the bicep. For the biceps, I'm going to go to 5 pounds. I do typically use something stronger than this, but I want to make sure that we have good form for you guys. The bicep muscle it not only flexes, but it flexes and turns the hand. So it's a process called supination. Right? It's like scooping up soup. That's what the bicep. So you can do this. That's fine. You can flex your arm. Nope, no problem. But if you start with your hand kind of like this and you curl, so like you're scooping up something and curl, you're actually going to target the biceps muscle a little bit better. So I've got my arm down and I'm going to turn and pull my arm up and then down. I'll show it to you better in just a moment. Okay? Then you also have the double biceps curl. So you've got your hand starting like this down below. So the hands are open towards the ceiling. Drop them straight down and flex them up, right? Probably familiar with that. Flex them right up. Don't let them totally bottom up. Pull them back up again. So kind of 1, 2, and 1, 2, okay? So that is basic bicep exercises. I'm also now going to show you tricep. The easiest one to show you sitting on this ball is going to be the overhead tricep. So for this, you're going to go, let's say you can only do 5 pounds on one arm. You're going to take a 10-pound dumbbell because you're only using one. All right, so now, normally for triceps, I'll use 5. So for the overhead, I'm going to use 10. Now, the problem with this is, without good form, this is going to be a really tough one. All right, so you're going to get the head of the dumbbell, turn your hand upside down. Here's my hand, upside down, lock it in. Turn this hand upside down, lock it in, okay? Lift it up over your head. There it is. And there's my arms pretty level. I'm going to push this weight up, not lock out my arms. Don't do that. I'm going to push it up, keep the tension, and back down. So I'm going to pump it up. 1, 2, back down, 1, 2, pump it up, 1, 2, back down, 1, 2. Try not to hit your head. Move it up, 1, 2, back down, 1, 2. You do a few of those and you are really going to feel a burn right under there. And that's for all those ladies who want to work on that area. All right? And there's more. We'll show you some more of that. So we're going to change the camera angle and try to show you some more. Okay, we are back in the upright position and we're going to review the deltoids. So that was the first exercise we started with, and I used the 3-pound weights. So, starting them right here. Now, core positioning. Don't just kind of stand sloppy. Stand up, straighten up your spine, and actually squeeze your glute muscles together a little bit and tighten up your stomach, okay? So a little tightening up right here, a little firming up right there so we're not just kind of floppy. We want to be firm, okay? So just kind of squeeze a little bit here, squeeze a little bit here, not uncomfortable. Just give yourself a little bit of a squeeze. And I put a little bit, chiropractic background, I put a little bend in my knee. I don't lock my knees out. I put just a little bend, a little give, they call it a give, in my knees. Hands are right here, up and down. 1, 2, and down. 1, 2, and down. Keep it controlled, okay? Sideways, right? 1, 2, and down. 1, 2, and down. Now, sometimes my arms are not perfectly even, which is why something I forgot to mention. Always work out in front of a mirror if you can. Always. That's not a vain thing. You need to check your form. And unfortunately, most of us have a dominant side and a weak side. I am right hand dominant, so my right side tends to be very controlled, and sometimes my left side is lopsided and it may hang lower because it's just not as strong. So I may have this right out at the parallel, and this one might be down here. Couple of ways to fix that. You can work them individually, so you can get better control. I recommend that. You can drop the weights down. Not bad for when you're first starting. I would drop the weights down, but if you're a little bit more advanced, you might be able to focus in on that muscle and drive it up to meet the other one. That's a process. So drop the weight down, do one arm at a time, but be watching that. And also, yeah, muscle shirts are made that way for a reason. You need to wear a shirt that shows you the muscles you're working on. Remember what I said, you want to see the muscle you're working on. So out to the side, right? So my palms are at my side. So my palms are now down. I know you can't fully see my arms. My palms are now facing down, okay? All right. So that's that, and then of course we can do this one where we kind of like make little chicken wings and come back together. I've got good form on that one. And you know, you'll see where you're weak because one side will droop over the other one, and you've got to work that and develop it. I also had an injury on this side, so I've had to really overcome that. All right, now biceps. I think I'll go ahead and get my 10-pound weight. Might be a little heavy, I might need to drop it down. But I told you before, so I'm gonna tighten. So tighten in the glute, tighten in the abs, give a little give to my knees, and I'm going to start with my hand in, right? My hands are in at my side, and I'm going to curl it up. Do you see that? And then curl it back down. Curl it up and curl it back down. Curl it up. So I'm not just going up, down, up, down. I'm at my side, curling it up, okay? So we're gonna go, and I'm gonna do it one at a time because my weights are heavy, so I've gotta go one at a time. So it's gonna be 1 and down, 1, 2, and down, like this. But when I say 1, I'm doing the reps, so 1 rep, 2. So when you do, so this plus this is 1 rep, okay? So now this plus this is rep number 2, right? But I'm counting up for 1, 2, down for 1, 2, up for 1, 2, down for 1, 2. So I've now done 3 reps. You could do, you know, the up, down, but I'm gonna drop my weight for that. So now, taking the supination out, taking the soup scooping out, we're just gonna do straight on flexion, right? Okay, so tighten my abs, tighten my glutes, give a little give to my knees, and curl it up. Now, breathing. So you can hear me start to breathe now, right? Because we're getting into it. So here's the deal. Chiropractor coming out again. You want to blow out on the hard part. People have different thoughts on that, but chiropractors will teach. So the hard part is going to be curling up, so because I'm pulling the weight. So I'm going to go and release it. Why? The reason why we say, and again, you're going to get different opinions from everybody. I'm going to tell you why I do what I do. So I'm curling up and out. And I forget because it seems to be opposite of what you would think. And I found literature to say opposite there. But we deal with disc herniation. In between every bone of your body is a spongy disc. And if you're holding your breath and exerting a weight at the exact same time, you are very likely to herniate or blow that disc. Think of a tire under pressure, and it blows. So we don't want you to blow your disc out. So we want you to blow some of that pressure out so the disc doesn't blow. Okay, so I've got pressure right now on my spine, right? So I'm gonna blow some pressure out. I'm gonna let some of it out. And down. Do you have to be that loud? No, I'm making a point. And down. And down. Okay, so we've got the supinating biceps curl. Okay, we've learned that one. And we've got straight flexion. Okay, and these are dumbbells, right? They're called dumbbells. That's what we call them. Now, if we had a barbell, one long bar, right, then that bar would be connected and we would just go like this. Same thing. And if I do have, you can use a broom handle, if you want that barbell feeling. And just keep your arms together and pull it up. But you want to tighten your stomach, tighten your glutes, put a little give, blow out. Okay? Grunting. How reminds me of grunting? A guy's grunting just to be cool. Maybe, I don't know. But grunting's not a bad thing either. But see, here's the thing. If you're overexerting, you're pushing hard on like a leg press or something, you're pushing out, and that's good because of what I just told you. You're pushing the pressure out, pushing that out. Okay, but if you're like screaming, the weight's too heavy. Now, they're not going to listen to me, but they come into my office and I have to tell them otherwise. So maybe you'll listen to me and just don't be screaming, the weight's probably too heavy. Remember that good pain, bad pain. And a lot of bodybuilders, and they end up with a lot of damage to the joints and the tissue. Okay, so let's be smart. We're just talking about some toning, so hopefully we're not going to be doing that. But what happens is, that's only one set, right? We're going to do one set of 10. Then we're going to drink some water, do another set of 10. Then we'll drink some water, do another set. So by the time you get to that third set, you're over here with your bicep curl, and you're going, ugh. Believe me, you will be. 5 pounds, 3 pounds, you'll be kind of grunting on that last time pulling it up. Why? Because your muscles are starting to get fatigued. Your muscles are starting to feel it, right? They're starting to burn, little tears, micro tears that happen, little strain that happen, and then of course when you're resting and you take a day off the next day, your muscles recuperate and heal. And eating certain things will help that. Protein, carb before a workout, protein after a workout, water throughout the workout, right? Okay, so we've got biceps, we've got shoulders. We did 3 on the shoulders. We did the curl up, and then we did the supinating bicep for that. Now let's go to triceps, which is going to be the back of the arm. Okay, now I got to get the camera set up there. Be right back. Okay, so now we're going to work the tricep. And everybody thinks of it as just this little jiggly muscle right here. But I'm going to come in real close. I'm going to go sideways because I want you to see this muscle. I'm going to flex it for you. There it is. Okay, people don't know what, you have to know what you're working to work it properly. There it is, right there. Okay, so now we're going to show you how to work that muscle. We showed you one seated, the overhead tricep. So grab so I can show you that your hand is like this and the head of the weight is in it. Take my hand, turn it upside down. Take my hand, turn it upside down. Okay, make a diamond, lock it in there. Right? So I'm just going to show you. I'm going to squat down just to show you. Up and down. Okay, so there's that. That's one way to do it. Now, the other exercise is a tricep kickback. Right? So you've got your weight, and you've got your arm at your side, and you kick your arm back. Arm at the side, kick it back. Arm at the side. Look, I got a nice right angle. Kick it back. One more time. Kick it back. Now, give it a little squeeze at the end. Okay, here we go. Squeeze. Now, blow out when you're squeezing, because that's the hard part. Squeeze. Okay? There's that. Now, that exercise is typically done bent over something. So, let me get a stool. Okay? And I can put one knee up on my stool and lean over with a flat back. Arms straight out, flat on the table. Flat back. Look at my flat back. Not, floppy back. Not earth back. Flat back. Arm right here. Kick it back. This is a really hard exercise. I recommend you start with 2 to 3 pounds. Maybe even 1. Kick it back. Same 1-2 count. Look at that. Okay? Try to keep the elbow in towards the side. Don't let the elbow come out. Don't let the elbow go too far in. Keep it right at your side. Hard exercise to get control over. Maybe not able to do that. I understand. So that's why we looked at the overhead, right? Looked at the overhead. And also, I did show it to you standing up, typically done with that flat back to get the right angle on the muscle. But maybe not everybody can do that, so we kind of showed it to you standing up as well. You could also try doing it sitting on the ball. I'm on the stool at this point. Kick it back. Really kind of hard to do that unless you're really leaning over. So, but if you just couldn't for some reason, you could try to do it like this. It's just not easy on the joints in the shoulder. You're not really supported in this position. Okay, so now that's the 2 for the tricep, the overhead and the kickback. But just to remind you on that kickback one more time, you've got one knee up. The knee up is the knee opposite the one hand you're working with. So I'm working with my right hand. I've got my left knee up. I got my left hand down. I got my flat back. Head is in the straight forward position. Your eyes are kind of looking down, but your head is straight forward, okay? And kick it back. Kick it back. Okay? Once again, what do you think I'm doing with my stomach and my glutes? I'm making a tight stomach and I'm making a little bit of tight glutes. I don't mean squeezing unnecessarily hard. I just mean firming everything up. Okay. Now from here, we've done the triceps, we've done the biceps, we've done the shoulders. Let's work on the pectorals.